So here we are coming up to Harvard Square. It was 1986, 1987 when Bill Walton was playing for the Celtics. And we sat down and we were having some coffee down here after practice one day. And he had just been traded to the Celtics, and after leaving UCLA, and he was, I think it was at Golden State, and then he was at Stanford for a while. I think he was at the Stanford Law School. But anyway, when he came out here, we kind of connected, and he was staying in Porter Square, and talk about, what am I going to do after football? What am I going to contribute? What am I going to use my skills and the gifts that I have to do more? For some people, that's a difficult question, because you've been so embedded in what you do, then to be able to find a whole new way to recreate yourself. And he felt like this was a perfect environment. So I decided might as well give it a shot, knowing that I wasn't going to be spending much more time in the NFL. I had injuries. My shoulder was killing me. My knees were killing me. And I really felt like I did everything that I could do. And so I had to turn down Harvard once when they were recruiting me out of high school to play football. And so, and I had to turn them down once during my career because, they wanted me to come to the graduate school in the off season, and I just didn't have time. Plus, I was working on the collective bargaining agreement, because we knew that we had to lay down the new structure of what the league was going to look like for the next 20 to 30 years. And with the changes that were occurring because of the new TV contracts, and as Pete Rozelle decided to sell the NFL package, which was brilliant, break it up into sections, so you're not just selling the NFL game. You could sell the Thursday night to one network, you could sell Monday night to another network. So by thin slicing the business, everyone was going to make more money, but the ball players had to come to an agreement, not just for the retirement benefits, but also for their fair share. And at that time, we didn't have free agency. And I was one of the authors with Marvin Powell and Reggie White and Gene Upshaw of the free agency agreement. So it was during that time that we were meeting and talking, doing all our strategic planning for the launching of what was going to be a very difficult labor negotiations, because we knew we had to open the door of free agency. It just didn't make sense to be in a business, in a league, and as a ball player, you never had the opportunity to play where you'd like to play, or you never had an opportunity to test the free market. And there's just something about that, even though as ball players you're paid well, there's just something about the inability to pick and choose where you'd like to play, and the inability to negotiate your salary based on a fair market value, that was rather difficult for me and a lot of the other ball players. I think if you build a business, you grow the business, you should be able to get paid whatever the market bears. So anyway, it was during that time, working on the collective bargaining agreement, that I used to come out and hang out in the square and just see a different side of life, just being invigorated by the intellectual challenges and the questions and the creativity. So working on the collective bargaining agreement, Harvard came after me again and offered me a free year of worth of credit if I go to, and I could go to their business school, but I just couldn't do it. So as you look around us, to the right here is the more of Harvard University and the campus and the students and so forth, and it's a wonderful place. So, and part of taking this trip in also is we want to encourage our son Brian who's a great scholar, to consider Harvard as a possible place for him to go to college. And we talked about Yale too, but this is a trip where we wanted to share a little bit of that with him. And a little bit of the history. So, I don't know how many NFL ball players are hanging out in Harvard Square, but I guess you can go to Stanford, somehow you're just a little bit different. Alright, so let's scoot down this block. And so what's great is about the area, there's so much you walk around and see and exchange, and in every conversation and every person you meet, you're going to learn something new as people travel here from all over the world to study and to be in an environment that's so challenging and so intellectually stimulating that you can't help but benefit by so many diverse people, asking big questions and challenging ways you think. So, okay, we're going to continue with our tour here, and we will catch up with you in just a moment. Part of the goal of the 525 Club is to create the same sort of challenging, invigorating environment for business leaders and professionals who want to stretch to the next level and benefit from the swarm intelligence and the new thinking that is just vibrant in an environment like this.